So this morning we are in the home of the Cecco pasta, Saint Martino, and we're going to do something a little bit different to our usual property videos, but I'm going to show you something that even the word stunning is possibly not good enough to describe. This morning we are going inside the gorge of Saint Martin. So as I mentioned before, today we're showing you a slightly different type of video, but one that I hope you will appreciate. And you may be wondering what I'm doing in the middle of a industrial estate at the foot of the incredible Maiella mountain range. Well, before we head to the gorge of Saint Martino, which you've got to stick around to see, I just wanted to show you where the Cecco pasta are actually based. And this is the main plant and where the pasta is made, along with other pasta giants such as Del Verde and also Giuseppe Cocco, which is more specialised pasta. And Di Cecco's been making pasta here since 1831, where the actual date on their pasta says 1886, I believe, but apparently they're going to be changing that soon because it was actually earlier than that when they started making pasta in this area. Not a bad location for a factory, is it? And it brings an enormous amount of wealth to the town. And the great thing is, in Saint Martino itself, it doesn't spoil any of our views because this is sort of dipped down in the valley side. And what I want to do is, before we go to the gorge of Saint Martin, or the Gol di San Martino, I want to show you why these pasta giants have chosen here to make their pasta. And it all starts at the Green River. Sounds gross, but trust me, it is the furthest thing away from gross you could possibly imagine. Let's head down to the Fiume Verde. So apologies if you're struggling to hear me over these rapids, but this is part of the picnic area down by the Green River. I'm going to show you up there shortly and why it gets its name, the Green River. So this water passes through different areas and then it gets split up, some to go in the factory and some to stay natural. And it's actually, believe it or not, the water is really low at the moment. There's a few waterfalls that are usually running that they're completely dry. It's a little bit sad. Global climate change, hey? Shall we start talking about that? Let's not. We don't get political on here. Okay, so obviously this is December time and the sun is very low. We're early morning and there's a few clouds around, so it is a little bit dark down here. This place in summertime is incredible, from springtime onwards, I would say. And this is where people come to escape from the heat of summer. And this place does the local delicacy arrosticini, which we're going to be doing a video on those over the next couple of months. There's barbecue area here, and we came here in July, I think it was, or June or July, and it was bouncing with people. Great atmosphere. It's such a beautiful place to come and, as I say, get away from the heat of summer. There's lots of picnic areas. There's information cards dotted around. And then from here you can park up and actually walk to the gorge of Saint Martin. But I'm going to drive through the town and drop down because I want to show you a little statue before we get there. Quickly show you some of the areas again where the water is collected and sent in different areas. And I want to show you why They call it the Green River, and that's because, obviously, of the colour. And it's this area up here that, just wait while you see the colour. It's like something off of, what's that film called? The Wizard of Oz, the Emerald Green River. Look at this. Just look at the colour. How clear it is. Obviously it's the bottom of the river that's giving it that colour. Amazing. So there you go. While you're sat tucking away into your pasta, you can say to people, watch Dave's video on where di Cecco pasta is made. There you go, do a bit of publicity for us. Go on, you know you love it. Click like, subscribe, do all that. Are we ready? Are we ready to do, we're going to do a little statue before we head down to the Gol di San Martino. Let's do it. So as promised, before we head down to the gorge of San Martino, I want to show you a statue that I think is quite a nice, quite a moving statue. And this is new. This is a little bit Hollywood, isn't it? First time I've seen this. And look at that. Look at the backdrop behind that. So as per all my videos, we've got builders just started banging away. So the gorge of Saint Martin is what we're looking at now. We're going to be heading in there. And you may be wondering what's in there. Well, there's the actual gorge that is a cut in the mountain where you can touch each side of the mountainside. And then there's the ruins of an old abbey. We're talking over 1,000 years old. Yes, stick with us, folks, because this is something really special in this amazing town. I wonder if I can get run over while I'm doing this. Anyway, let me just quickly show you this statue, if I can find how you actually get to it. And the town above, or straight ahead, is Civitella Messer Raimondo. And this statue was done for all the people that left Faro San Martino after the war, or at any time, due to poverty. Obviously, after the war, it was very difficult. Here, I've got the sun right in my eyes, and lots of people emigrated to different countries, and lots of people went to the US. And I just think this is quite a moving statue. Father with young child, and this is because very often not all the family could leave, and they could only afford to send one person. So sometimes the father was sent and left family behind, and sometimes families went all together, but more often than not it was just one. And I just think it's quite a nice statue to say farewell to this incredible place. Look at me getting all emotional. But I do think it's a fitting statue. And this was put here in 1994. There you go. There's me getting all emotional. Are you ready to head down to what we came here for? Let's go inside the gorge of San Martino. We've just come up from, you can see the sign I think there in the middle of the screen. I say that's Civitella behind, and down in this area is where we've just been to the Green River, which is down in this part. And then we have Palombaro. You can't quite see it, but Palombaro is just up here, and Carsoli just over to the right. So all these towns and villages, they may seem remote, but they're not. And hopefully when we start doing our town visits in springtime, then you're going to really get to know this area really well. Look how amazing this is. Absolutely incredible. This time of year you don't have to park. It's quite neat. To get to the Abbey is not difficult. Having said that, you will hear me out of breath a few times. And they actually do tours in here as well. You can book a tour. It is recommended that you wear a helmet and things like that. I haven't got one of those today, so hopefully nothing's going to fall. And the Maiella is now a UNESCO Global Geopark, and so it should be, because we're going somewhere extremely special. So I'm not going to do the full walk with you, because it takes about 15-20 minutes to get to the Abbey, but all you're going to hear me is panting away. So what I will do is I'm going to pick it up at certain parts where there's things to see. So we'll see you a little bit further into the gorge. So our first stop is in the entrance before you start heading up into the gorge. And here there's quite a bit of information for the kind of animals that you're going to see. Last time we were here, we saw the chamois mountain goat. Who knows if we're going to see them today. They were really close as well. But there's lots of information also for hikers. Gives you all the different routes that you can find here, and it tells you they're all numbered and lettered. Is that a word? So from G1 to H10, and it tells you where they arrive, how long and how difficult, how long it takes to get there, how many kilometers. And you can actually walk up to the highest mountain here in the Maiella, which is Monte Amaro, 2,793 meters, I believe it is, nearly 9,000 feet. I won't be doing that today. Not because I can't, obviously, you know, but it'll be too long a video, won't it? But apparently it's 14 kilometers with a rise of 2,300 meters. Won't be doing that. And a bit more information, the kinds of wildlife. There's eagles, there's owls, there's wolves, hopefully not today. And there's lots of other things you can find in here. So lots of information to start you on your way. And everything's well marked out, and there's emergency numbers. And there you go, Monte Amaro. Says it's going to take 6 hours 30. I believe that's what that is. Maybe another day, eh? Okay, let's head further into the gorge, and we'll stop again at an interesting spot. So the first section is completed. Only 5 minutes in. Look how unbelievable this place is. You really feel like you're in a canyon. Absolutely unbelievable. And there's caves around. Anybody that's a keen geologist, you're going to be interested in some of these colours on the rocks. Personally, I haven't got the faintest idea what they mean, but I'm sure somebody will educate us. And not that long ago, there was part of all of this rock face. You can see it looks fairly newly exposed, and all that fell into here and closed this off for some time. And they had to dig their way back through, which is amazing. They've also put lights and things in here. You actually come here in the night time to visit it. And the gorge that we've all come to see is literally just here. And this is the famous crack in the mountain. That is something quite spectacular. And this huge rock here fell, I don't know how many years ago. I wouldn't have liked to have been walking underneath here. does make you realise how insignificant us humans are in the sight of Mother Nature. It's just unbelievable. I would love to bring a drone down here and send it up to look in some of these caves, especially at this side. I think when we go further in, there's some caves right at the top. But you're not allowed to bring drones into the national park in case you disturb the animals. And it's really strange because we can hear a dog barking in the distance, and the noise is rattling through this canyon. It's unbelievable. And also look at the way some of these trees grow out of the mountainside. Look at this one here. Even the roots are exposed, but it's still green. Unless that's another plant, no idea. Unbelievable place. This now is something very special. And legend says, here for a bit of history, legend says that Saint Martino, opened this gorge with his bare hands to allow the villagers, the people of San Martino, to get to the higher pastures of the mountains. So there you go. He was one strong guy. Are you ready to see something special? And this is the entrance to what you will then see of the monastery of San Martino in Valle. Look at this. Isn't this just incredible? This is just stunning, isn't it? Stunning in a different way. And here, modern man has slightly ruined by putting clumps of concrete here, but these are all the lights, and it would be amazing to come on a guided tour in the night time. The atmosphere in here, and it's when people talk about where is everybody, this is why we like it when everybody disappears, when the tourists have gone, because you can't explain the feeling of this place. So in the narrowest part of this gorge, it's about 30 meters long, and the narrowest part I think is behind me possibly, and I would say that's about a couple of meters width. It's just unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. And then when we get out of this, it opens up again, we turn a corner and we see the ruins of this monastery. And this monastery goes back, the origins start at around, well, the late 800s. 800, over 1,000 years ago, over 1,100 years ago. That is just mind-blowing. Are you ready? Let me do a little zoom in shot for any geologists out there. Let us know what all those black, it almost looks like tar. Let us know what that is. Incredible. Are you ready to see? Are you ready? I do a little teaser even on these videos. Can you see the ruins? We're going to get a better shot of it from above. Unbelievable. And in the area of Abruzzo, there's lots of how do you say it? Hermitages. Is that how you say it? That a famous one that we will be doing a video of in Rocca Morice was a Pope of Rome who got fed up with all the politics and all the crowds in Rome and decided to set up camp in the mountains of Abruzzo, and you find a lot of that. Now this was a monastery. The Benedictine monks apparently did a lot of the restorations. That was in the 1100s. But the origins of this place, the main church was built into the mountain. So like all the other hermitages around, am I saying that right? Around Abruzzo, they were basically in caves. How unbelievable is this? What a location to be on your own, in the middle of nowhere, away from human life. Dedicating yourself to prayer. I will get up close. I can't actually go inside. You have to book a tour to go inside. I want to show you the view from up here, which is the famous view that you will see on lots of publicity. You're also going to hear me out of breath, terribly out of shape. But it is actually quite easy going to get here. You need to have good shoes, but it's easy enough to get up here from the car park. It's 15 minutes, 20 minutes if you're a little bit slower on foot. Look at that. So I switched it off just so I could catch my breath. Isn't this amazing? I'm going to walk down close up to it, but just wanted you to see it from here. And I believe that the entrance to the main church, it looks like it was, or to the original church, was possibly in there, but I'm not 100% certain, because this part here, these were the walls of the church, I believe, or the newer monastery. But the original one was built into the cave. So that's what I'm thinking, that is there. One of these days we will have a tour of this. I'll probably do a nighttime one, and we can get to know a little bit more about this unbelievable, spectacular, stunning place. And here you can walk up as far as you want. You can go over to Monte Amaro, that I explained, if you fancy the 6-hour walk. I don't know if aliens have been here, but don't know what's going on there. But look how incredible this is. And the way the trees grow out of the mountainside. I'm not sure what type of trees they are, but they're all still green. And considering we're in mid-December, past mid-December, some of them are going yellow towards the top. But everything's still so green. Maybe the type of tree. I'm not a tree expert either. Maybe I should start reading things to give you a bit more information. I just like to show you how it is. You can look into the history yourself. You don't want me giving you a lecture, do you? Okay, I'm going to head down here now. I'll just give you a little bit of a close-up, and that's today's video finished with. Let's go down there. So there is some information here, and it is also in English. If any of you want to pause this part of the video, if you can read that. But it does actually say that it was first mentioned for the first time in 829. I mean, that is just mind-blowing, isn't it? And it actually closed, or it was abandoned in September 1818 after a huge flood that completely covered it. And apparently in the late 1800s they then started to uncover it, but didn't get very far with it. And it was done, I believe, in 2009. So as recently as 2009 when it was completely excavated. And it does actually say on there as well that it was a hermit shelter to start with that was gorged into the rock. And there's also guest houses the ruins of guest houses. I don't mean places to stay. I mean where the monks would stay. We said this entrance we can't get in. I'm going to try my luck, but I know we won't be able to. Yeah, there you go. But you can see the entrance to what would have been the monastery later on. That was probably done in the 1100s. Can you see? Hopefully you can see the... do you like my new camera, by the way? It zooms a little bit. But that looks like the entrance to a later, probably still 900 years old, but how amazing is this? And obviously there is information when you can actually get through the gate. Let's have a look around the side, see if we can get any close-ups of anything else. You know, I've been here and we've not seen anybody else. And the last time I came here, again, was summertime, when we went to the Fiume Verde, and there were so many people here. Lots of people with yellow hats on, waiting to go inside. And I was happy because this place deserves to have tourists come and look at it. In the same breath, it made you realise why you don't want tourists, because you want these things to yourself. But that's just me being selfish. Because this is the time to visit these places when there's nobody. Let's have another peer over this wall. I'm not sure if that's what I pointed out before with the entrance, possibly to the original part where it was carved into the rock. I would like to see in there one day. And then you can tell here where I pointed out the entrance to possibly the newer part. You can tell, we get a better look at the entrance here. But you can also see that the stones are not rough stones. On this part, on the higher part, you can see they've been selected and squared off. I sound like I know what I'm talking about, don't I? But look how amazing that is. Look at the entrance of that. I just think just to be around things like this is something, it is mind-blowing. Even just touching these walls that I'm leaning on now, just to imagine how long ago that these were constructed. I'm saying all this, they were probably done a couple of years ago by some guy from Faro, but I don't think so. And look in there, we will definitely come back here and have a visit, because it looks like you can go inside there and there's some more information in there. So we'll leave a little bit for another time. Thing is, I keep hearing noises. I don't know what that is. There's somebody tapping on the inside. Let's have a quick look around the back part of this, and then we'll finish up. Obviously, again, you can see the squared off part where the rocks have been perfectly positioned. And when we show you the ones in Rocca Morice, they've been completely restored, and that's something very special. What do you think? Would you like to see things like this restored? Or do you think it's best left in a ruined state? I've got mixed feelings about that, because I do love thinking about what it was like and imagining what it was like. But in the same breath, I could just imagine walking around that corner from the gorge and being hit by this unbelievable monastery. Not sure. Let me have a quick look up here. I need to have a little nosy up here. You can even see some of the pillars. Let's see if I can get a zoom on that. Amazing. How old are they? Oops, sorry. I'm too busy looking myself. I'm not concentrating on what the camera's showing. Incredible. So this was inside. Must have been inside the monastery. So I'm guessing the altar would have been below me. Unbelievable. So a little sneaky peek in here as well. And this goes, obviously parts of the structure in there as well. Amazing. Some of these rocks have got numbers on them. I wonder if it's like a big Lego piece. Don't think so. Amazing, absolutely incredible. The dedication of these people to create something like this is absolutely mind-blowing. There you go. What do you think of this, folks? Have you enjoyed the video? I hope you have. It's something that we want to start doing more of, because not only do I want you to get to know the amazing region of Abruzzo, not only do I want you to get to know all the towns and everything else, but I also want you to know some of the wonders of this place. So we're going to be doing lots of different types of videos, from town visits to our usual property videos, but we're also going to be doing videos like this. So pass the word on. Like, subscribe, write something in the comments, share the videos. Let's get this place where it deserves to be, because Abruzzo, I always say, is a place not for tourists. Abruzzo is a place for travellers, because the kind of things that you will discover here are things that will quite simply blow your mind. And the word stunning that I use a lot, as you know, I don't think goes anywhere near describing this incredible place. Okay folks, I'm going to be putting this video out, hopefully over the Christmas period, if I manage to edit in time. So if I do, all the very best and lots of love from my family to your family at this special time of year. Thanks for watching.